Advanced UAV here. Nah, just kidding, it's only TheReviewDemon. So hey guys, what is up? Yesterday I posted a video going on about some of my plans for the near future for my channel, and I got loads of feedback. So thank you guys, thank you very much. And loads of you guys said I should do commentary, and I should do commentary on some of the stuff that interests me in real life and some of my events that occur in my actual life, in the real world. So today I thought I'd give you a little insight to my life. So right today, in fact, I went to a university open day, and it was boring as hell. It was probably the most boring hour that I've ever spent being alive on this earth. Literally, we got there at about 12 o'clock maybe, and immediately we went into this lecturing hall where some guy was giving a speech about why we should do university engineering at this specific university. And all he did was go on about some of the most boring stuff I've ever heard in my life. I mean, usually engineering interests me. Most of the stuff in mechanics interests me. But what he said in this 35-minute segment was the most boring thing you'll ever hear in my life. I wanted to take my pen that I got free from a university and stab it into my wrist and drag it all the way up to my throat and kill myself. That's how boring he was. He literally went out of his way to make it boring. He turned his computer on, put on some slideshows, and all the slideshows were writing, and it just listed all the modules. And all he did in the 35 minutes was go on about the modules that we'd be doing in 2 years, maybe even 3 years, if we were to study at that university. And he didn't even describe the modules properly. He just literally told us what the modules were, and he even went through how to spell one of the modules. That's how boring it got. And this dragged on for 35 minutes. And what's worse is that at the end of the 35 minutes, he asked if anybody wanted to make any questions. And surprise, surprise, the only people that made questions were the parents. The children and the students themselves, none of them even raised their hands. Most of these students were sitting at the back and got out their phones and were playing Angry Birds on their phones, while their parents were the ones who were actually listening to the guy giving this speech about why we should be doing engineering at this specific university. And during the course of the 35 minutes, I managed to complete about 10 levels of Angry Birds on 3-star. So overall, it wasn't very, what's the word, productive, but in the other hand, it was kind of productive because I got some Angry Birds done, but I don't really like Angry Birds, so, you know, it kind of balances itself out. And in the end, we just ended up going to McDonald's because we got so bored with the university. We literally spent about an hour at the university, even though the open day lasted until 10 till maybe 4 o'clock. And we got there at 12 and we left at pretty much at 1 because of how boring the university was. The university itself was a good place. I mean, it was massive and it was full of people, which always interests me because, oh my god, people, social activity. Yeah, you know, because I'm a gamer, I don't have much social activity, and when there's real life people in the world, I get really shocked and awed about it. And obviously, I was pretty amazed about how big the university was, but because of that guy giving his speech about engineering, it has probably, you know, put me off doing anything at that university, I'm afraid to say. So you won't be seeing me at this specific university. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to say what the university's name was. I probably shouldn't, just in case. But you know what? I'll be naughty. The university I went to today was the University of Surrey, and it was boring as hell. It was it's a university in England, in Guildford, which is literally about, it's about an hour's drive away from central London, and yeah, it was a very cool university, very good university, but it's just that it had boring people working there, I'm afraid. So if you are going to university and if you're going to Surrey, don't expect to see me there because I won't be going there. I should really talk about the gameplay a bit, shouldn't I? Well, as you may or may not know, this game is called Halo 3. And it's on the Xbox 360, and I suck at this game. I'm sure you can tell, but I absolutely suck balls at this game. I've played Halo 3 maybe for less than 2 hours, and first hour I played Halo 3 was probably about half a year ago, and I never really got into it because everybody was already on Halo Reach and Halo ODST, whereas I was on Halo 3 and nobody wanted to play Halo 3 with me, so it got really boring for me really quickly. But yesterday I picked up the game, and for some reason I actually quite like it now. I ended up doing quite well in this game, and I'm only level 4, so I was pretty impressed about that. So I thought I would take this video and make a commentary out of it, because I haven't made a Halo commentary yet. So good things are always new things. So like I said, I picked it up yesterday and I had a go, and I sucked yesterday. For some reason I got slaughtered in every match I was placed into. Even though I was playing with really low levels, because I'm a really low level, I still managed to get slaughtered every game I played. But today I switched my Xbox on, took my Call of Duty Black Ops disc out of my disc tray, put in my Halo 3 disc, and somehow I owned in most games. Like in this game, I didn't get top, but I got second, and for most of the game I was leading, to be honest, and I got quite a few good kills in here. I got a double kill, I got a really long killing spree, which I'm really proud about, because I've never really got a killing spree in Halo, because I've never really played Halo, like I said, and therefore I thought it would be good enough for you guys to watch whilst I talk about my shitty day that I had today. And to make things worse, it was a moody day. The clouds were covering the sun and it was really dark, and I know it's typical England to have bad weather, but still, I would like to have good weather once in a while. In England, this is how fucked up the weather is. In summer, it rains loads, but in winter, we have the sun. Yep, the sun actually comes out in winter in England. But, well, it's not meant to come out. Yeah, just in case you're thinking that it's actually not meant to come out in winter. Well, it is, but you know, it's not meant to come out more than it is in summer. But for some reason, in England, the sun actually comes out more in winter than it does in summer for us. And because of that, it's fucked up, because you can't do anything with the sun when it's in winter, because it goes away in like 2 hours time, because, you know, it gets dark at 4 PM literally in England. Yeah, I know, that's crazy, right? Getting dark at 4 PM. It gets bright, like, the sun comes up at about maybe 8 AM, and then it goes away again at 4 PM. That's how horrible England is. It's such a bad place. If you're planning on moving to England, don't. It's horrible, and it's dull and dark and wet and all the other bad words you can think of. And we'll end with that, because that's pretty much the end of my commentary and the end of this video. So I hope you guys are enjoying my commentaries, because I'm not really sure if I'm doing it okay, because, you know, I haven't really done this before. So give me some comments, and don't forget to don't forget to rate, like, and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.